He said to do it with a smile. The thumbnails make I'll do a smile. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little too hyper vigilant, nervous. I'm sure that'll calm down. I don't know. Let me just chill. All right, are you ready for some trivia? Take two. Okay. Take two. Stella trying to freak out. Stella, calm down. It's almost Christmas. Okay. Oh, here we go. Do you know about the 80s, Arthur?
I was born in the 80s.
Okay. Oh my God, all these questions are like, you know what? I'm just gonna get in trouble this stream. There's nothing I can do about it.
Lay the question on.
Late on that. Let's see. Who seized control of the Gambino crime family after having Big Paul Costello whacked?
John Gotti.
Yes. Ring them points up.
Yeah, the anniversary of that was a couple of days ago.
Oh, yes. Okay. Did that help the gliding? Come close.
Oh, yes. It helped everything because let me just tell you about that. It happened on a Monday, December 16th, 1986. You remember Big Paul and Tommy Bilotti, who was his underboss, were driving up outside of Spark Steakhouse, which is still up. There were like 9 lookout hit me. 3 on one side, 3 on the right side, and one down the street. And as Big Paul came out, the first 3 coming, bam, 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 shot him 6 to 12 bullets. They shot him with all 12 bullets. And the last guy hit him in the temple. Now the last 3 guys ran up down the street and popped Bilotti like crazy.
Okay, but what were they eating?
They never got inside the restaurant. They were shot outside.
What?
His body slumped outside of his car.
What sitcom character endured being constantly called butthead by his bullying brother Wayne?
Say that again.
What? And this is from the 80s. What sitcom character endured being constantly called butthead by his bullying brother Wayne?
Well, Biff.
It says Kevin Arnold.
Kevin Arnold.
I don't know which show that's from. Okay.
When you said butthead, I was thinking about one thing. Biff.
What Hank Williams Jr. anthem pined nobody wants to get drunk and loud, everybody just wants to go back home?
Oh shit, I don't know that one.
The only Hank Williams Jr. song I know is Family Tradition. Do you know that one?
Yeah.
And that's because I heard it on the radio. The Wonder Years.
The Wonder Years.
Those are Jerry says. Who became the first guard in 23 years to be named NBA MVP in 1987?
I know this one because I see. Oh boy, that season was great. Guard. Michael Jordan.
Nope.
Magic Johnson.
Was that his real name, Magic?
Yes, but his full name was Irving Magic Johnson.
He didn't like Irving as much?
No, they just called him Magic. And it stuck with him.
Who was the last elected president of Czechoslovakia?
Now that I have no idea.
Do you even know how to spell Czechoslovakia? It's hard.
Now that I have no idea.
Václav Havel. Why was that the last elected president? Do they now have a king? Are they no more? Don't know my 80s history. Okay. What Brian De Palma movie opens with an actor frozen with fear while filming a scene in a coffin?
Oh my God, I know that movie because I've seen it.
The country's no longer.
Oh my God, I know that movie because I've seen it in a oh, son of a bitch. Private fuck.
Body double.
What?
Body double.
Body double.
Who was bumped from third in line to fourth in line after the birth of Prince Harry?
Who was what?
So they were
who
third.
Who was third in line and fourth in line of Prince Harry?
Okay, so they were third in line for the throne, but then when Prince Harry is born, they became fourth in line.
Prince Charles?
No, because he would have been first or second, right? No, first would have been William. So, no, second would have been William.
Oh, shit.
Prince Andrew. I don't. That he would never be now after what came out about him. You know.
The only thing I knew was just Princess Diana back then.
Is it even relevant at all though? Like, I don't even know. Like with Queen Elizabeth, who I love, everybody loved Queen Elizabeth, but I don't even know if she was really like politically powerful or impactful, like in any real serious way. Like, you know, like the throne.
I don't even know. I don't even know.
Like if Prince William came out and announced, like when he's king, right? And announced a war with like bang Chile, right? People would go. Sit down. No one cares.
I don't even know.
You know, but I mean, if it was like of like Queen Elizabeth or something like from centuries past, it's like, oh sure, you're going to war with Chile or whatever. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, who are you?
I don't even know. I don't.
I just don't get the point. Okay. What outfit's first paying gig was to trap a focused, non-terminal, repeating phantasm in the Hotel Sedgwick? This is movie trivia.
Read that again.
What outfit like a group? First paying gig was to trap a focused, non-terminal, repeating phantasm in the Hotel Sedgwick.
I guess it's Space Outfit.
It's Ghostbusters. And didn't you sing me the song from Ghostbusters before?
Oh, I should have known that. Ghostbusters. Proton packs.
What future Pistons great played point guard on Indiana's 1981 national championship team?
Isaiah Thomas.
Yes! That'd be sports. Okay. Who, according to Michael Jackson lyric, was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene?
It's more like a beauty queen. More like a beauty queen from a movie scene. More like a beauty queen from a movie. Yeah. Or Michael Jackson song, right?
Yes.
More like a beauty queen from a movie. More like a beauty queen.
I feel like you sang this one to me before.
More like don't give me the answer.
I'm not.
More like a beauty queen from a movie scene. More like a beauty queen from a movie scene. Don't give me the answer. Billie Jean.
Yes. Where did you read it off of the chat? Because somebody guessed it.
No.
You know that song, don't you?
Hell yeah. Who doesn't know?
Okay, how does the next lyric go?
I said, don't mama, just do your thing. I am the one of the games on the floor in the round. Remember, I sang that to you one time.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. What 38-year-old boxer lost his last heavyweight title bout when he couldn't answer an 11th round bell in 1980? Muhammad Ali. 38. Can you imagine?
And I know who he lost to because he should have never came back in that fight. He should have never returned in the ring.
Yeah.
He lost to Larry Holmes.
But
and that wasn't his last fight. His last fight actually was against another fighter, Trevor Burbick.
Can you imagine like how many times he had been like hit and punched in those years? Like tough.
I wasn't even born here when that fight happened, but I did read about it.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in 81. That fight happened in 1980.
Which Keaton sibling on Family Ties was a newborn one season and a 4-year-old the next?
Teenage Yodas.
It says Andrew, but I've never seen Family Ties. Who became the first forward in NBA history to win a third straight MVP award in 1986?
1986.
MVP again.
Okay.
MVP again.
There were a lot of great point guards, but okay. Well, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna guess because I know that they possibly. Yeah, I think they might have won it. I'm gonna say Dennis Johnson.
Larry Bird.
It was a Celtic, but I should. Yeah, Larry Bird.
What Nick Nolte film updated Jean Renoir's Baudo Saved from Drowning, relocating it to California? That's a tough one.
48 Hours?
Down and Out in Beverly Hills. I've never seen it. I've never seen it. Have you seen that?
The only California one I remember was 48 Hours. And another 48 Hours.
Who did Hawkeye and BJ salute for the first time in the final episode of MASH?
I don't know that one because I never saw not one episode of MASH.
You had a character named BJ? Like, could you imagine? I wouldn't go by that.
I never saw one episode of MASH.
What country singer's 1986 Storms of Life album was the first country record to go multi-platinum?
Oh, wow. How would I know that? Because I was a rapping guy. I love rapping R&B. I never listened to country not one time when I was little.
Okay, but I feel like everyone's heard of Randy Travis. No?
I heard of him, but I never heard any of his songs.
In 1986, late 80s, early 90s, country music was like so big. Like, what about Garth Brooks?
R&B was big too. And hip hop, especially the breakdancing back in the 80s.
What venerable fast food chain was the first to sell its pre-cooked frozen burgers in grocery stores? That's interesting. See if you guess.
Damn.
See if you guess this one.
What? Tyson?
What are they a fast food chain?
I have no idea.
How about White Castle?
White Castle.
You ever have those?
I tried those though. I tried those once.
Those are so good frozen because you just can cook them for like. I do like a minute, 15 seconds. But my microwave might be weaker than others. Some people can just probably do a minute, but
yeah, and also
those two little
was good too. Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. Yes, that was a movie.
That came out later though. That came out later though.
Way late.
Let's see when you would. My.
Okay, man. Let's go to sleep. Woof. Oh boy, let's go to sleep. Lord.
All right. Well, let me get you a good one before you do a prayer, then. Okay. I missed you so much.
So do I. So did I. I miss you a whole lot more.
What sitcom topped the TV ratings 4 seasons in a row, starting in 1985? See, you guys
I know a lot of TV sitcoms. Wow.
4 seasons in a row. Top.
4 seasons. Man, if I'm gonna guess this one, I'm gonna say the Golden Girls.
That's a good guess. The Cosby Show. You ever see that show?
I've seen that show.
I don't even remember like one episode.
It just kind of sad that they don't show the reruns now because of what he did.
Okay, what was the name of Raven Simone's character? I want to call her Tootie, but I know that was the facts of life. Rudy?
No, Rudy was Keisha, not Pulliam. Vanessa was
No.
Vanessa was Tempest Bledsoe.
Vanessa.
And Denise was Lisa Bonet.
Did I get it? It was Rudy. Like, she is such a biatch now. Like, whenever I see her like in interviews, I guess she's still on The View. I just like, I thought that you were such a sweet kid. Like, we were rooting for you. But you know what? No. Raven Simone, she was the littlest Cosby kid. She would just like make cute like faces like. But
hang on. I'm gonna figure out. I thought that her name.
But I bet you, being a child star and everything, like I bet you she's had such a tough life that it would make you at this point kind of like a chip on your shoulder, you know? How would it not? So almost can't blame her, but it's like, look at the Olsen twins. Oh God, my hand is like so messed up. No, it hurts too. Like I think I really got a lot of skin from the cleaning. Like,
Olivia Kendall.
Like I feel like you're so wrong about. Why is this light up?
So wrong about what? About?
The character we're talking about. Okay, what was Lisa Bonet's character's name?
Denise.
Oh, Denise. I feel like wasn't his wife Huxtable? Anyway, I forget.
Clara Huxtable.
Clara Huxtable. So.
And the son. Oh shit. The son was Malcolm Jamal Warner, and.
Oh yeah.
I remember now. Malcolm Jamal Warner was a Theo. So I've been into those guys' characters.
Yeah. I can't remember like one episode for a show that was #1 4 seasons in a row, and I can't remember one episode. Like I know he was like a dentist or something.
And they had so many episodes, but they don't show them anymore because of Bill Cosby's.
Yeah, you ruined their syndication money, buddy.
Mm-hmm. But that's way back. Now it's time for me to say something that I missed saying to you for 2 weeks. It's prayer time.
It's prayer time.
Now here we go.
Here we go.
Lord, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I have not prayed for this girl, Stella, in 2 weeks. All because of a lot of stuff, but also because of certain people giving her a hard time.
But you know what? I think even though I'm very, very likely to be sued, Fila's gonna be okay. I think.
For what? Sued for what?
Sued for an alleged incident that occurred before. Yeah. So.
What incident?
I can't say. Okay, I'll tell you on the other side, okay?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I promise I'll tell you.
But anyway, 2 weeks. Oh God, I told you that. But now she's back.
Yes, and so let's pray for blessings for next year.
Basically, let's just pray for these next couple of weeks.
Your new cousin.
Especially on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day.
Yes.
And almost the end of 2024 for her to just have these great weeks and 2025.
And not get banned. And not get banned in 2025.
And in 2025, no more of this drama crap.
And have a good date night tomorrow. And Fila and Rex to be okay. And for you and your family and your grandpa to be okay.
But for you to just stay.
How's your dad's leg doing?
Oh, my dad's leg has healed up.
Yay!
1,000%.
That's good. You have good healing genes.
But as far as, but mostly, I just pray for you because I missed you. I missed your laughter. I missed your voice. I missed everything.
Oh well, I'm happy to be back. I missed you too, and but you saw how much of a disaster that living room was, and how much better that is. And this room, doesn't this one look so much better from over there, right?
Disaster. That whole house was a disaster.
Yeah, it's a lot better. I mean, not done, but
you did a good job with it.
Yeah,
I'm happy that you did that.
And it's hard to find the energy every day to keep it up, but I'm trying.
But guess what? You know who gave you that energy?
Jesus, the Lord.
The Lord gave it. And you should say thank you for giving you that energy to do all that.
Yeah, I know you're right. I know you're right.
The last thing to say, and I haven't said it, in Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen to that.
And now, you know what time it is.
7:09 p.m.
I haven't seen to you in 2 weeks. This voice has been missing.
You needed to rest the lungs.
This voice has been missing singing to you.
Red, yellow.
And now I hope that people don't just tell me that stop singing. Hey, you don't like me singing, you just mute it.
Not everybody can appreciate your musical genius.
The only two people who love it is you and Jerry.
Jerry, the Lord.
Now,
this goat.
the management told me that I have to come up with certain songs for me to sing. I can't sing any that are
Christmas songs?
well, I can't sing those vulgar ones like I used to.
Vulgar? Like,
Vulgar
miso,
ones,
miso.
like the ones I used to because, well...
Snoop? What did you... Oh, now I'm curious what you picked. Because you had, like, limitations. So you're like, wait, what should I sing? You could sing our song.
Maybe, but this is the first one here because Stella... Well, every time I watch TV of my favorite sport,
Mm-hmm.
I watch... And I play this game on my game system.
Mm-hmm.
Because whenever I'm playing this game, I just want to do one thing. Yeah, I want to shoot the basketball. Yeah, I want to make a layup, but I also want to jam.
Jam.
1, 2, 3, jam. 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 You want to get up and shoot. Hold up, I'm going to fast forward. Nation to nation, all the world must come together. Face the problems that we see till then. Maybe we can work it out. I asked my neighbor for a favor. She said later what has come across the people.
Jared, you know this?
This about. I have to find my peace because no one seems to let me be. Hope of this project do it for the possibility. I told my brother don't be crying, time to tears for fears. We must let these days like this or that. Go with it, jam! It ain't too much.
Michael Jackson,
too
yeah.
Much. It ain't too much for me. Let's jam! It ain't
This is like headbanger.
Too much to jam. Too much. It ain't too much for me. The world keep changing regarding my thought prediction. Fly them to the big. The boomers come up, they can work it out. I thought, brother, don't you ask me for no favors. I can get you by the system. Don't just talk to me, don't scream and shout. She prayed to God the Buddha, then she sings the common song. Confusions, contradictions, substitute, no right from wrong. I just want you to recognize me in the temple. You can hurt me, I won't be within myself. Go with it, jam! It ain't too much of jam. It too much. It ain't too much for me. Let's jam. That was Michael Jackson. Jam.
Was it from the 80s or the 90s?
1992.
1992.
Yeah.
90s such a great time for music.
That was from one of his Dangerous album.
Dangerous album.
Yeah.
That was great. That was wonderful. And you know what? You could play that anywhere, non-offensive. You know? If you were hosting a bar mitzvah.
It's on number 2. Because, well, since you said
it. Well, because it's not offensive, right? It's not
offensive.
Yeah, it's just a beautiful, lovely song, a love song, if you will.
It's our song.
It's our song, yeah.
And Terry likes when I sing this one.
Oh, yeah.
For you, I give a lifetime of stability.
Anything you want from me.
Nothing
is impossible for you.
There are no words or ways to show my love or all the thoughts I'm thinking of. That this life is no good alone. Since we've been gone, I've made a change. Everything I do
do
now
now
makes
makes sense.
sense. Almost and all I do
You
is
for
for
you.
you.
I have a question.
What is it?
Who replaced Ricky Melendez, the last original member of Menudo, in 1984?
I have no idea.
You probably have an idea. You just don't know it. You don't know what Menudo is? I'm not totally sure either, but...
No, I don't.
Okay, so the reason I wanted to ask this one, it's Ricky Martin, by the way. You know who Ricky Martin is?
Yes, I do.
I
did not know that.
I like the way he said, shake it, bum, bum. No, but the reason I wanted to ask that is because... Oh, what's his name? I feel like it was Cat Williams. I remember, like, at the beginning of the year, and some guy did an interview, and I know just because I ended up seeing anywhere, and he said 2024 will be the year of, like, outing his secrets. What was it? Like, truth coming out. And then throughout this year, 2024, what have you seen, right? It's like exposing, right? And the reason I'm saying that is because Me Too, right? You have like left and right, all these people being exposed. And then I don't know what kind of stopped it, because Me Too was like, what, was it 2016? Maybe it was, Donald Trump. Maybe it was like with the tape, or maybe it was that certain organizations started getting kind of clouded. Like they wouldn't defend like against this one politician. And of course there would be problems because it was just like so many stories. How do you like vet all of this or whatever? But what was said was that the music industry, Me Too never really came for the music industry, and it's coming now. And I wanted to ask you, what did you think about Jay-Z and the story out there about him? Like, you don't need to repeat it, but I bet you heard it, because I'm predicting possibly divorce of him and Beyonce maybe next year. Possibly like the whole Rockefeller empire, I think, crumbling. And this is just like too much. And you had P. Diddy, Sean Combs, or whatever, and it starts rolling like with Cassie. And so I think going into like next year, you're gonna. And anyway, because what I heard is that Ricky Martin, that when he's ready to talk about Menudo and the abuse, like things that happen there, it's gonna be big. And I think that we're in for a ride with the Me Too to come with the music. Because the music industry has always been like disgusting. Like I saw a question here. Let me see. Maybe I lost it.
Yeah, well, if you want to talk about music industry, drama, look no further than what the heck is going on with P. Diddy.
Look at this question. What 52-year-old Rolling Stone married teenager Mandy Smith, never heard of her, after a lengthy courtship?
I know it wasn't Mick Jagger, so that's not it.
Well, I didn't even look at the answer. It's Bill Wyman. But to me, the first thing that occurred to me is like, it's always been like that. What you heard, the stories about like Aerosmith frontrunner, like back in the day. But I think like now in the post Me Too like world, they're ready in the music industry. What people have done in their past, they're coming for you. We already know like R. Kelly, right? But like, what about all these years in hip hop? Think about it. There are people that are still highly, highly powerful now in the world of hip hop that have been around since the early 90s. Like, what skeletons are in their closet? And it's like what Cat Williams said, it's like he knows.
Take what's going on right now with P. Diddy.
She took the Carter name off her social media? Are you serious? Her last album was Cowboy Carter, and that was a good album. But she can't survive that. And if she wants her legacy, like I just don't. I don't know. I think.
Yeah, well, Stella, if you want to talk about the music industry, take a look at what's going on with P Diddy.
Yeah, and that trial is not even happened yet. But I'm just, well, I don't know. In a year's time, when I'm talking to you next year, we'll see. Like, but I bet you will be looking back and be like, I told you things was going to come out with the music industry. And it's going to start. It's going to come. Because people are going to be like, me freaking too. I had his to get on that album. I didn't even like get credit. I was doing like, I don't know, like who knows what's going to come out, but it's there. It's there. Anyway, I'm so happy to be talking to you. You have lifted my spirits. Thank the Lord. Mwah. Talk to you later.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hello?
Police knocked me down.
Oh my God! How have you been?
Been up, I've been down, I've been out, I've been around. Around town.
I thought of you with that Ghostbuster question. I was like, oh, Joe would know this. That's his that's his jam right there. 80s movies, Ghostbusters. He did the whole review on your channel.
I mean, it was for a special offer. They're only offering $4,000, and the Trackman for only $1,000. $5,000? I will not pay it. Oh, no problem. We said no. We'll pay it. Okay, step aside the class of 4 Roman vapor. Cue the montage.
If you start an OF, could you do like a Ghostbuster, like striptease dance, like with the little backpack and everything, with the hose?
You know, funny you say that. I don't know if I mentioned this. I bought a new camera back in September.
Oh.
And I bought a memory card for it right now. I may have to, once I clean up the other room, I may have to do just a special striptease just for you.
Oh, wow. You got a song ready? Ricky Martin.
I will have to tell you a specific song since will be flagged anyways on that site. So.
Well,
I would also know that Hank Williams Jr. song too.
Oh yeah, you like Hank Williams Jr.?
Yeah, especially that song. It talks about.
I'll have to look that up.
His friends like selling down because I don't know really the specifics, but that is like classic. You know, I actually have felt that.
Yeah.
In recent years, my 30s, where everybody's settling down, and I'm like not ready to settle down.
You know, people say that like they get depression. Like I saw, where did I see it? It was for women, but like on a makeup forum, maybe even. I think they have a thing on a makeup forum, which is like Salty Saturday or venting, and someone's like, I have depression from their friends having kids, and so they don't spend any time with them anymore. And you feel like you can't, I guess, complain because it's like they're kids, but then also it's like your life is now changed because all your friends have. But I have the benefit of not having any friends. Like it was like I changed.
It's funny the other day at work, like 3 people were talking about their domestic problems. They kind of look at me.
Changing diapers.
No. It's too complicated to get into it. No, Joe doesn't really have that problem. He doesn't have a girlfriend, so.
Well, I guess they like to vent to you. Like you're very ventable. So, have you seen any new movies lately since I talked to you?
Let's see. Let's roll.
Because I saw that Smile 2 the other day. Because I remember you saw it in theaters. And I asked you if you liked it, and you were like, no, not really. And I saw it, and I was like, I need to talk to him about this. What the fuck was... What was up with that? There was no ending. Like, I don't know what happened. I thought it was.
I think that ending for Smile 2, spoiler alert,
Yeah.
you haven't seen it yet. I think it's a setup for Smile 3, because it'd be more of an epidemic, the smiling epidemic. That's probably what they're going for, because it was supposed to be Madison Square Garden, which holds 20,000 people. Then those people would infect another 20,000 people, and so on and so forth. So that's probably my estimation what Smile 3 is going to
Wow, that is totally different than what I thought. Here's what I thought, right? Okay, I'll start from the point of, remember that she's in the car with her friend, and the friend's driving?
Yeah.
And then you find out she hasn't talked to that friend in like years. So it's like, wait a minute, WTF. This was a character. Hasn't been real the whole time. So she kills her mom. I thought, wait, did she not even kill her mom? Because this friend apparently didn't exist. So was the mom. And then anyway, so she's in the car with the friend. And then she's like, oh, wait, what? This isn't real? And then it's her driving. And that's like, how do I even suspend disbelief when this far? When it's like, how are you even driving? But okay. So then she's driving. The friend wasn't real. She goes to see the guy that's supposed to like have her killed for a little while to get the curse out or whatever.
Yeah.
And from that point, I feel like everything that happened from there was just a messed up, lazy ass dream sequence where, because she's seeing herself, which hasn't happened, I don't believe, in any of the other Smiles. And so in when she had that cold breath, like I think yeah, it didn't work, but I think this was just an elaborate death sequence of, yeah, there was no Madison Square Garden. I think she was in that room, and everything that happened from there was like, oh, isn't this interesting how we show all these weird ways in which she dies, like in the in her mind she's envisioning the stage or whatever. Sure, just like she was envisioning a friend that didn't even exist, and throughout, every time that you saw her wasn't real. Sorry, I'm very upset about this because it sucked so bad. And I love the first Smile.
Yeah, I actually don't believe that using the Pizza Hut freezer as a big giant, ghost trap. Let's circle back to Ghostbusters. To trap this Jen, and really didn't work, and I really think it was,
yeah, it didn't work, but
no, I really think Madison Square Garden sequence happened because that's just a perfect offshoot for the next movie, because since you every movie you have to top next one. And,
well, this didn't top the last one, and it's poorly rated, so
well,
there's not going to be a third. There's no.
There's probably be a Smile 3.
There's no demand for it. Okay, I mean, we'll see.
So
I guess if they do a really good job, it's like, and you'd be like, okay, I'm glad they made it. But at this point, I was so frustrated by that one that I was like, what a waste of my time.
Well, I kind of just thought because it was like, the lead actress was kind of cute. She has a real.
She was Princess Jasmine.
Yeah, and
you know what I want to see? I wanted to see Gladiator 2, but now I think it's probably too late to see in theaters. But A Complete Unknown.
I'm not. Well, I don't like the Bob Dylan in general. So.
Oh, me neither. But I don't think it makes him look good. And he peaked at like 19 years old, and like, sorry, but like, if I think time tells too. Like, if he was that great, but he never was a good singer, and I think he would admit that. Didn't his son have like a hit in the 90s?
He got, son.
Hold on. Do you guys know it? Trivia question. Because I saw a documentary, something in the canyon, sounds from the canyon, and okay, hold on, let's see, because I feel like you would know this. Okay. Also want to see The Brutalist. Okay, is it Jacob Dylan? American singer-songwriter, list of fame, guitarist. Okay, so he had a band called the Wallflowers.
I have heard
that formed in 1989.
I have actually heard the band, but I didn't know Dylan's son was part of that band.
Oh, Echo in the Canyon. So that would have been the movie I saw. So I was close. Let's see. Records. Let's see. Okay, let me see. The song I'm thinking of. Is it One Headlight? I could be wrong.
Yeah, that actually is. That is the
One Headlight. Yes.
Yeah, because One Headlight. I actually recommend.
He looks like this. Bob Dylan's son.
I actually recommend the acoustic version of that. It's a really good take on the song.
Anyway, I don't think that they were.
So, anyways, I watched the kind of attractions for that movie. I was like, I just want, it's a really better, entertaining biopic. By the way, the guy made this movie. He made like two other biopics. He made Walk the Line, the Johnny Cash movie, and
I didn't like that one.
Le Mans '66 or Ford versus Ferrari, and I'm thinking
I liked that one. But how is it a biopic if it's through just a complete unknown? So when he's a complete unknown and then becoming a biopic, I think it's like from 4 years or maybe 4 or 5 years. That's not a biopic. You know?
It's not, it's a period biopic of
I guess.
time.
But not like I feel like Walk the Line was a lot more years even. And and I suppose, like, what was the one with that guy from that died of AIDS? From Freddie Mercury, yes. That one you could do a biopic because he died so young from the AIDS. That was his life.
That one actually was supposed to be a better one with the guy who the Bruno guy. He wanted to do like a different take on that, and they shot it down. And
he was in Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yeah.
Was in the show I started watching on Apple. I have this thing now with shows that are periodical, like that I can't like binge, that I have every intention of finishing them, but unless they're very short run, I forget and don't finish because it's like, oh, I have to wait another week. And then after that week has gone by, I've forgotten about it. I'm not like, I used to be like growing up in school, it'd be like, oh my God, I can't believe like it's Tuesday. And then I can watch this show. Like I even had like a little like, I'd be writing my Trapper Keeper and like which days like American Idol is on, which like, I don't know. I was all about that. I even knew like who was going to be a guest on like a late night show that I would try to stay up for. But like, I don't know if you were like that with like knowing and following like with the shows that were on. But now, so anyway, it was Cate Blanchett. So he played her husband. And I forget what it was called. It's on Apple TV, and I didn't even finish it. I forgot about it, and now I can't remember totally the beginning of it. So I would kind of recommend binging shows more. Like I wish, because Succession season 2 is coming back finally, and I freaking loved the first season. I might have to rewatch it because I don't remember it enough probably to start the second season. So I feel like the people that have just finished the first season, I'm so jealous because they're going to be so ready for the second one. And I'm not.
But like kind of like the double-edged sword of that is like I watched The Boys over the summer. And it's like, okay, I got the I'm full. Even though it's 4 seasons, I watched season 1. I got my entire full that show. So yeah, but
I know Terry likes The Boys. Oh my God, did I say Succession? I'm so sorry. I meant Severance. Thank you for pointing that out, Terry. I'm so sorry. Succession. I binged like the first 3 seasons and then I did watch the 4th, but it was pretty close to when I watched the first 3. So Severance. I'm so sorry. The Boys I tried to watch like the first couple episodes. I didn't get it and I didn't watch it anymore. But
I highly recommend then checking out The Watchmen.
The Watchmen. Where is that? Netflix?
Depends. There's a couple of well, I highly recommend the 2009 movie of The Watchmen.
Okay.
It's basically the same idea where superheroes, an alternate timeline, 1985. They have like emotional problems like you and I. But I highly recommend that movie.
You see the new Superman trailer?
No, because I'm already have my Bill Superman for one lifetime, and I really want a Brightburn 2 though. But speaking of trailers, I actually went and saw Smile and saw Y2K a couple weeks ago.
What was that about? I never even heard of that.
So, well,
I know you said that it was like.
So it's an A24 movie, so I had to really watch it like in the first week or so before it gets yanked out. A24 Studios, like Maxine, the series, that studio. So Y2K, so you're probably way too young to remember Y2K. So December 31st, it takes place on December 31st, 1999, on Friday night. I know that because I remember it vividly. I watched wrestling in the front room of this house that I am. So it's a couple, sophomores in high school, and a couple outcasts, and they are not, outcasts, and it's very of the time, a lot of nostalgia stuff. So,
like the fashion or the cultural reference.
The awful Apple computer is like the worst crime against humanity. I say that because this was a Windows gateway family house.
But didn't you watch that movie for the nostalgia purposes though? Like, isn't that why someone would choose to see that?
Well, no, because we were told, and when stroke of midnight, the world's going to send to chaos, the computers going to revolt, and everything's going to be a apocalyptic setting. This is what we were told in 1999, leading up to New Year's Eve that year. Check out King of the Hill episode, several episodes leading up, Family Guy, etc. And
yeah, well, it was that computers systems were supposed to crash because they weren't
banks were crashed,
set up for
planes were falling out of the sky, stuff like that.
But you know what's funny is that not only did that like not happen, but things have happened like this year. Was it this year that there was like a huge shutdown with like airplane terminals were actually for a long time. Like there was a system. What was it called? You guys got to know what I'm talking about, right? What the frick was it? Strike something strike something, and it shut everything down. Like there literally were hospital systems that were shut. Like what I'm saying is, not only did it not happen over 20 years ago, but things have gotten so much worse since then. 25 that it's happening now.
Well, you gotta also remember the internet.
I'm gonna find out what it's called.
Back in 1999,
you know what I'm talking about.
Archaic, because even in that, because there was thing called dial-up, because you had to get on the internet on your phone line, and it had that horrible
crowd strike. Crowd, yeah. Oh, you got it.
And there wasn't really all this fast technology.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Strike Midnight ends all the. I'm just gonna spoil it.
Go ahead. I'm not gonna watch it. If I did, it would just be for like the fashion or whatever, which is not. I could just watch like a documentary.
So all the mechanical items and houses and stuff started to melt to each other, kind of
melt.
You're like imagine like all your electronic components making into one giant robot, and it's I guess it's kind of hilarious, kind of not, but so the gist of it is there was a virus that because at the high school there was new faster cable internet put in, and all the parents and everybody was putting in like new chips, and the idea was all this robot takeovers. It's basically a robot. It's kind of like a mixture of Terminator future mixed with late 90s nostalgia and all this, and plus Fred Durst of
Limp Bizkit.
Which, by the way, a little short caveat.
Ba with the ba.
Couple weeks.
Oh wait, no, that's not Limp Bizkit. That's Kid Rock. What's Limp Bizkit?
Limp Bizkit. They had a hit song called "I Did It All for the Nookie." Great stuff. They did George Michael's cover of "Faith," which, by the way, it is in the movie.
I love that song. I guess it would be nice.
I will send you some links.
Yes, thank you. Question: do you think robots will ever be a thing?
Well,
I mean, they kind of are if you consider factory mechanics, and then they've kind of always been like in a similar right, but those kind of robotics. But I mean, these actual like idea of like robots as depicted in films, kind of thing.
Robots are kind of I guess for the last 120 years or so, maybe. This is a human fear of being replaced, and maybe one day there'd be a Nuki bot. So lonely men like me.
Hey, lonely men like you, by the hundreds, just go to the UK for 5 minutes. Sorry.
A coitus bot.
A coitus bot. I mean, but I don't think that you want to stick your dick in a hard metal machine. Well, like, do you ever watch Terminator and you're like, you know what? With a wig, I would go for that. No.
Well, there's an episode of Futurama where guy dates a robot. That's a funny episode with Lucy Liu's in it.
Never seen Futurama, but I hear it's good. I hear it's funny.
Yeah. So yeah, who knows? Maybe in 150 years that I can have, the spots.
But okay, but even still impractical. Like it would be cheaper for you to hire an actual person for that purpose, right? Than to buy a robot.
I mean,
even then, like, but that's my issue with the robot, not the coitus thing, which is just a funny side thing. They're impractical and stupid. Like they would only be practical in the sense of, I guess, literally, like you said, that humans being replaced, like the human species being almost entirely decimated, which is literally too many people, if anything. So like they showed like that Elon Musk had like fake robots doing like bartending, and that's what it is, right? Like a robot to mix your drink because we don't have enough people to mix cocktails, right? Like the impracticality of it, I think, is what gets me. Like, but I'm the type of person that my vision for the future is much more dystopian. Like when we were reading in the book about they're predicting the future, the book that was written in 1991, and we're thinking like it's been over 30 years since then, and what would have been thought to happen now, kind of thing. And it's just like I said, you have last year or this in the past year, like that computer system shutting down hospitals and stuff, where you would have been better off in like the 1950s on pen and paper. And they could fly planes in the 50s without shutting it down, right? Before they had that. And that's just an example, but I feel like as time progresses, people talk about unsustainability in terms of like the mass production of like plastics and things. And that's just because of the cycle of where they go into like the oceans, into our bodies, into the landfills. And it's like, well, that's as time goes on, the worsening of things.
But we also were taught school. I'm speaking for myself.
Right.
Reuse, recycle. So.
Yeah, and they don't do that anymore. They used to. You used to have glass milk bottles on your doorstep by the mailman. I'm sorry, the milkman, and they would recycle.
Come on, this is 2020, almost 2025. No person. Okay, but I don't think there were allowed to have milk ladies. But you're right. Okay, milk person, milk non-binary. But if you would save everything, you would save this box, right? You would save this and recycle it for something else, and you would like. I'm saying like back in the day, like I did some research into like old timey like recycling. Because it just makes sense. If the amount of time and work it would take to replace something, you would reuse and recycle, like you said, they were taught in school much more than they do now. So I just feel like this whole idea that you're going to have robots flying your airplanes and everything will be just so perfect. And like, fine, we hope, but it's like, look at AI. So stupid, so much worse. It's just an opportunity for people to be lazy and dumb and bad and like like it's so wrong. It's like people should at least tell you that what they're doing is from AI, so it's like copying and pasting not only something that like Dr. Phil said, but something that Dr. Phil read on Reddit 5 years ago and pasted. And that's what you're doing. You stupid AI paste bot. By the way, speaking of Cortis robots, I forget the exact title of the movie, but there is a Taiwanese movie on Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a legit movie. Its plot is kind of weird science meets like a real the movie Real Weird Science.
I love Weird Science because Kelly LeBrock was 5'8" like me, and she was the perfect woman, right? So.
Actually, I watched that in between our last conversations. Since now I got a camera, I'm going to see Nosferatu after Christmas, and I want to see The Homestead.
The Homestead! I need to see that trailer. I heard that looks so good. The Homestead.
Well, it's
post-nuclear, yeah.
Well, LA gets nuked, so it's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Nosferatu, I feel like that's more of like HBO when it comes out. I guess. I don't know. But that looks good too, I think, and creepy. No.
Well, it's basically it's the updated Nosferatu from 102.
Yeah, we watched Nosferatu on my OF. That one's still up there on a movie night. What are your goals for next year, or do you not make any?
Besides,
well, you got the camera.
The only thing I have on my itinerary for 2025 is going to St. Louis see the ball game. And honestly,
and your girlfriend, Mrs. E.
Well, by the way, I texted her like a couple weeks ago, and she's like working like 12 hours a day, 5 days a week, plus 2 hours on the road each day. So
that's a lot. It's a rough time of year. People have to work a lot this time of year.
Well, you gotta remember she lives like an hour outside St. Louis, so it's an hour there, an hour back.
Yeah.
Plus the family she's working for is 12-hour days. Anyway, so actually, I've been really depressed about being alone. Probably because being this time of year, though.
What about your family? Like, you still have your mom and dad?
Yes, but it's kind of like, sometimes I hang out here. It's just me by myself and the voices in my head. I mean that in a funny way. Like, hey, goofy, But yeah,
I hear that The Brutalist deals with depression. That's one of the reasons I want to see that, because I have depression too, and it's like how it comes out in other things and what you do and things like your depression, and like I just think it's so interesting because I wonder like how your depression comes out too,
And I kind of actually noticed lately my personality has just kind of changed, kind of subdued, if that's, I guess, makes sense. Kind of, I guess, withdrawn, kind of just not acting like real stupid.
Do you have opinions about psychologists? You know what I mean? Like medical treatment for depression?
I think it's helpful. But thing is, I actually try to sync out with a therapist before. It's all like, okay, can you work with me after this time, after that time? I understand there's help like what you typed out in the past, but like literally, if I have to do it like after work, I really want to be by myself after work. All the weekends, I just want to kind of get my stuff done to have my time.
Even though you said like you're depressed because you're lonely.
Yeah.
But I think for me, like, it hasn't helped. Like, I remember, when was it? A few years ago, like when I obviously was doing bad, and so I had lost my channel, and I was trying to cope, and So I thought, because people are always saying they're generic throwaway BS of like, go to the doctor, go to the help, go to the, get medicated. So I did. I went to the insurance, the list of the provider list of psychiatrists that take my insurance the time. I think tried the first one, weren't taking patients, tried next one, and she was, and this was a younger woman. She puts me on Zoloft, and I begin to get very, very sick. Like, I remember it hurting my stomach really bad. But if I ate like a lot, then it wouldn't burn a hole through my stomach. Like people and I say this to you because I think it's important to note that if you get ill and you try to like not die like you eat, people will apparently hold that against you and hate on you and hate on your body, for trying to live. It's just very sad. But I did survive, except I got worse and worse, and to the point that I couldn't stop crying. I needed to be hospitalized. I called my psychiatrist. Like she wouldn't answer. It was like, well, if you're doing so bad, the place is like, go to the hospital. I go to the hospital. They said we can't help you because it's not physical, like unless you say you're going to. I tried to put myself into a psychological holding, and they wouldn't take me because they said it was physical because I was shaking so much. And I'm saying so much that progressively got worse because of this psychiatrist. So I have no desire to tell you like, oh, go get psychiatric help, because I don't want to see that happen to you, and then I would feel so guilty that I pushed you by giving you throwaway, I'm going to the doctor, and then that happens to you and you're like, this is really bad. I do know that from like, I don't know how many years prior it was, 5, 6, 8, I have to really think about it. Like when I had a psychiatrist before that had given me something, I actually found it in the garage that was like 5 years expired for my anxiety. And I remember taking that during this episode, like after I had just gotten sent home from, no. That wasn't that. That was the same time. But what happened was they wouldn't take me in the hold. So they said it was physical. So they had me sent to another hospital. That hospital that I couldn't calm down held me down and injected me with something against my will. Scanned my head, all that. So anyway, it was that night that I did, and that helped calm me down when I found the thing in the garage. And I say that because I don't know if you get anxiety. There may be certain medication that could help with that if you have like a panic attack or anything. Like how, and not just how your depression manifests, it's multifaceted. It's like there could be different things as well, not just the depression. Okay. So then, as far as with the therapy, I have not found a therapist to ever help me. They want to check, they want money, they want to book your time if they can, if your insurance, they take your insurance or whatever. But I don't feel like, I bet not even half these people are helpful, and they can actually be the opposite. So I can't just say like, oh, go get therapy. But I was curious about what your opinions were, because you've been struggling with depression for a while, like me.
Well, my thing was always about, that girl from up north. It was always like, how this be weirdly related to anything of my problems with health. Apparently, it honestly has worked itself out in a way, but it's just kind of like.
Can I say something though? Like, is it possible that
you're sexy? What?
that you've always struggled with depression, if you really were honest about your life? Because like I remember watching that video of you as a child, and you're so cute, but it was like your brother, like you were trying to show like this toy, and you're just so adorable, and I feel like a little bit like sad for you, like maybe like you felt like awkward, or like you were just trying to show like your toy, and it reminded me a little of like myself as a child. I don't have any surviving like video photos or anything, but the loneliness, there is like a psychological isolation of, you know, like you're a bit different. And the reason I say this is because what I've ultimately come to is like I feel a lot on my own, in terms of I find myself piecing together through the various things I read and learn, and how it relates with my own problems, like with possibly like with hoarding, what might relate of like why I'd be this way. And so uh I've kind of come to accept that I may be because of before I was born, like in the stomach, my mom's genes, you know, the way I've developed and my upbringing, and because of how horrible my life has been, and whatever other reasons, that I will always struggle with my depression. Like, I don't think that there's this future, like somewhere over the rainbow of happiness, and I get there and stay there. Like, I think that this is part of me that I have to constantly contend with. And it may be you too. Like, I know you think that maybe if you could like eternally sunshine Brittany out of your mind, that you could be happy. But maybe it's more complicated than that, you know? For everyone. Like, maybe you don't just meet a woman and become happy. Like, forever. You know?
You just find somebody to be content.
Yeah, I think it can help, probably, like having a partner. But I think like that we hold like a certain sadness that doesn't just go away. And I think you can find things that help you cope for a little while, maybe, or fix some part, but like we are who we are on some level.
Yeah, I guess it really just doesn't help that. Like Springfield just sucks. And maybe that's another thing. Like, literally, maybe it's where I live. Maybe it's just been in this place too long. You know, but
In AA though, they call that pulling a geographic. That a lot of people will do that to try to cure what bothers them, but it's not the worst idea. I mean, I think a lot of people, they join the army because of that. Get out and give them a chance of something else. You know, you could it's like, what do you have to lose, right?
Really nothing, but it's just a matter of convenience, really. It's just easier because I know where everything is, and just really kind of hard to explain. It's just, you know, I got stuff here, I got a house up north.
It's like the unknowns is the question.
Well, I kind of know the unknown. I just know that I don't know if I can succeed. That's kind of like trying to find a really better job. It's the fear of failing.
It's like this you feel is bad, but it's like, let me say, so if this was like the bottom, like this is like the worst,
Like
and yeah, if this is like the worst, but you're not here, and you know you're not here, you have certain comforts. Maybe you're like here, you're depressed, you're sad, but then the other thing is like you want for more, you want to be happy, but it's the question of what if it's actually end up here? Like, what if the comforts I end up feeling worse? So you almost need it to be like really bad, like to be like, well, if it's, how much worse could it be? I don't know. And you know, I think I watched this movie last night called My Old Ass. It's
By the way, but side note. I was going to see that movie, but
it's on Amazon Prime.
Yeah, but it was also on theaters.
And okay, so let me try not to spoil it, so that
it's a 38-year-old woman having
so Aubrey Plaza would say 39. Okay. In the movie she says anyway, but just for part of the message, it's like, okay, it's I like this movie. It was good, but I think she's okay, so you understand that it is it's it's in the public materials about it, like that she has mushrooms or whatever, and then she talks to her older self and they connect, and what happens from there. So the message was supposed to have like the older one to the younger one, but it kind of becomes a little bit of like one message that kind of gets through is like, you won't get anywhere though if you don't hold on to that part that when you're young you take that chance. If you don't hold on to that part where even if it could be stupid or could go bad, that you take that chance. And the older one is trying to protect the younger one from something that's like she sees as like this thing has happened, I don't want to happen. But then it's like you kind of have to see maybe to understand, but in a way, but I guess I'm seeing that to you as like, well, I think that is kind of true, that like, not that you have to be young or a certain age to do that, but you have to have the mindset to be open to something. Like you have to have the mindset to risk it. Where I think that you're at, where you're questioning yourself with like, well, am I too like grown and content and like to take a risk? But it's like, of course there are risks that are just stupid. Like, oh, why don't I just like guzzle some gasoline? And so yeah, that's just what, maybe I'll get popular on Twitter. But think about yourself as like your younger self, as who you are now is your younger self. And like,
well, I was myself is the same type of person when I was in my 20s.
Yeah, it's you. And you could say like, well, what's stopping you? So the message then to the older self continues so it's like who you are now and who you are in the future. Like you could always hold that message, and like, it's a new day, or tomorrow's a new day, and you can be your younger self who is like open to the future, even though it can and often does hold a bad side. Like, for example, the idea of like the like love and loss, I think, is part of it. And I think almost embracing the fact that everything will be lost. So appreciating the moments when you have it. And I think a lot of times our fear for doing something in the future is like, there are people that won't get a dog for that reason, because having a dog is almost like adopting a child that has a terminal illness. It's like you will love it with all your heart and then you will lose it. So it's like there are people that won't do that. And I think in life, a lot of life is kind of like that, maybe even subconsciously our choice of, I won't try something because I don't want to lose it. I don't want to get attached and feel that pain. Can I handle that loss? And you're going to anyway, though. You're going to have lost anyway. And then eventually you'll be assessing if you've lost the time, the opportunity, if you could have with something. So I'm just asking you right now, like, if you're thinking about, like, with the future, if it's like, how far do I want to even try to go after something, because could I even hold it, and then in losing it, would it just like not be worth it? And then once you've lost that part of you that's willing to even try, then you sort of have lost like your youth, your life, like you're not really living, because at that point you've already now accepted, like, I've checked out completely from.
Honestly, the one great thing about being 38 right now is that I still have my sex drive. because
Me too.
I mean, there is guys pushing, 38, 39 who, don't have a sex drive anymore. And for me,
you enjoy like, that.
I mean, I'm still twice a day, as like I was when I was 22. And
sweetie, you could take like testosterone. So these women take it and they become like horny as F. Like.
By the way, speaking of
good night, Arthur.
Getting old and stuff, you watch QVC sometimes?
Oh, I haven't watched it in a while.
So, you can always go on YouTube.
Wait, you get horny for QVC? Is this what you're saying?
So hold on.
Who is that? Who is Sean still on it?
Sean Killen.
Yeah.
So yeah, she actually
she still has short hair.
Molly, whatever, the Polynesian woman who does the makeup stuff. They do like a Friday night thing, like at 7 o'clock, my time, 5 o'clock, whatever your time is. But whatever, it's like, just go to YouTube. It came out a couple hours ago, and this is like literally the first 2 minutes of the show. She goes, because they're promoting a book. She goes, I haven't had a period in 2 months. I was like, wow, that QVC has come a long way since I started watching it about in 2002.
Oh, women are just more open nowadays about these things and not being ashamed. It's just probably talking about like menopause, and I think that it's not really adult to say something like that. It just seemed that way because like in the puritanical times, it's like we don't talk of such things. You know what I mean?
I remember when the didn't say butt, they said fanny when they were modeling jeans, and this was probably 15 years ago still. But
fanny behind
butt, the buttocks.
But I think it's a sign of the times, not in the way it's like our comfort with our body in a non-sexual way, and it's like a breast examination for literally like if you have cancer. It's as much as if it's like checking your ears or your skin or your. So I don't know. Like I don't think it's necessarily more adult as much as it's like everybody should be able to talk about these things because it's not to be anything to be ashamed of, or it's not for private matters necessarily.
And also, if you have, a smart TV, there's like the QVC Home Shopping Network app that has like, there's the live feeds of both channels, but there's well, all the channels, but also, there's like, they have like, extra stuff on it. And Sean has like a little video podcast every so often, talking about, getting older and yada, 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 and stuff like that.
She has that adorable adopted child.
Yeah, and
I used to buy some makeup there sometimes. That the QVC tart.
Also, are you familiar with Jennifer Coffee? Jen Coffee. She was like the.
I think so. Or was she HSN?
If you watched it in the last 10 years, Jen Coffee. Anyways, she's leaving at the end of the month. But that and she got married to a really rich guy over summer. So
it's like, I'm not working. I'm retired.
Yeah. She, it's what some of us call she got rich bitch. Like her, like it's really kind of amazing when you're kind of like me and kind of see what kind of like really some of their personalities are like. Not personality, but some of their backgrounds are. Some are come from TV, like TV news and stuff like that, or news.
Yeah, be good at presenting concise,
and
like 3 minute.
I am actually kind of fascinated about their spouse, like Sean. Sean's husband is probably like a lawyer or something, but like Jen Coffey's new husband is like some market mounting British guy who has like money. I was like, damn, is any of these chicks have like an average Joe husband? Like Courtney Kaysen, who was.
So does this have to do with your crisis because you want to become a QVC host, B, marry a QVC host, or C, take down your trousers and physically enjoy the QVC host? All three. D, all of the above.
This is like a weird sidetrack.
Oh, okay.
There was a point of it, but I just lost it.
I've lost it. I'm envisioning visions of QVC host plums and dancing in my head.
I just want to hear you laugh. Gosh darn
it. Well, one of these days, we need to do reactions. I had an idea of like, if I had my channel and we could do reactions, and I was thinking of like I would pick something to react to, and you would pick something for us to react to that's not R-rated, and then you could get my reaction. So if you'd be open to doing that in the future, and I would do it with you guys too, like, where.
Then why not? Well, why not you? I send you the clips of the Limp Bizkit tracks.
Okay, Limp Bizkit.
For your website, nudge. You do reaction videos because they're like under 5 minutes, I think.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like if you see, like I don't know, if you see things and you guys want me to react to, like, but if I see something I want you to react to, it's just something to think about, especially if we're thinking of like things of next year now that I have my channel back. So yeah, fun stuff. Maybe one day I'll figure out how to get one of those streaming labs or something. If I can hold on to a channel that might be worth getting, and I could bring you on. Well, yeah, we could start with Limp Bizkits. We could do that. All right. I will talk to you next time. Enjoy your Christmas.
Have a happy new year.
I love you. Mwah. Betty merch. Hello.
Hello, Princess.
Oh, I've missed you so much. Did you miss me?
I miss you like crazy.
Did you see the Superman trailer?
Yeah.
I thought that it looked so good because Miss Maisel's in it. And I didn't know, did he really have a dog named Crypto?
Yes,
But he whistled for the dog and the dog came. I'm like, oh, I have to see this movie. It has a dog.
Yep.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah, he
No, go on.
I think he was I don't know if it was like an alternate timeline, but he was like a younger, kind of like a super boyish type of. Well,
did you get the remember when I sent you, I think it was like last week, and it was a bunch of those comic book books, like how to write comic books or graphic novels or whatever? And it was like, there was a book, but if you scrolled through, there was like 12 different pictures. Did you see that?
Let me see, 12 pictures. Yeah.
Because I remember there was like one, and then when I went to look it up, I saw like there were so many, and there were so many that were like highly rated. And I realized a lot of them, it has to do with like drawing and the artistic presentation. So it's not really something I could read to you, but I was thinking that would be a great idea for you to like pick one or several, or like even if you could from the library or whatever in your collection. And as for like a goal for you for like next year is like read a page or two from those books every day and really get in your brain of that. Because there's ones that talk about the industry, how to like produce it, things that are more modern, like using online tools with like your graphing out and making a boarding your story, and taking your comic book skills like to the next level, you know. Anyway, I just wanted to know if you found any of them interesting.
Yeah, I most definitely do.
And they had a lot of like reviews. Okay. Yeah, just go back to like the pictures that I sent to you because I had screenshotted them, and those looked to be like the best ones. There were even ones that were like the Marvel guide to make up. There was one from Stan Lee that I thought like you might appreciate. But anyway, when I saw that Superman trailer, I totally thought of you.
Yeah, I used to have like a VHS tape on how to draw the Marvel way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was interesting. It kind of helped me a bit.
When was the last time you like worked on your drawing?
No, it's been like so long because I'm like juggling between work and
Yeah. Would like maybe a good goal too, like for next year, like with.
I'm trying to get back into it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like I like more for like 100 days because I remember. What am I on now? Day 52, 53. I have it written down somewhere. That I had a goal of like something every day, but it doesn't have to be every day if the number is like the same as if you did it every day kind of thing, but it's just a way of breaking into small pieces. So if your goal could be like, you know, working on your comics for like 5 minutes a day, you know, if you did it for like 40 minutes a week or 45 at the end of the week or something, you'd still be average out, you know? So I like those kind of goals too. It's smaller time frames. But I think it's just a good thing to be, I think, hopeful about the next year and think of what you can do. So I'll say for me, like for like 52, 53 days ago, one of them was um to lose weight every day to see if it helped with the pain in my back because my back is broken. And I've only lost 25 pounds so far, but it's like I said, it's just a little bit every day. So and it's only been like half. So but what you can do if you just break it down is, although some things that you can do if you like, I had another thing where I wanted to maybe get rid of like 10 things a day or whatever, but when I really focused on like those days of like 12 hours of cleaning, I've got rid of more than that probably for my 100 days worth. So, but also remember what I said. Sometimes the simplest way is the best way. The simplest path is the best path. And I keep going back to that thought in my head. Don't necessarily overcomplicate. Like, your goal is to make it as simple as possible to do something. So whatever with your comics, just make it simple for yourself, and that's the best way that it's going to get done. So
Yeah.
if you can figure out how to make it simple goal, then I think you're on the right track to getting it done, and you'll get it done. And I can't wait till you make your first comic. And I want to see some art from you next year. I'm working on something. I'm not going to say it until it's done, but there's something I'm going to do next year. I've already got some of the biggest pieces like in the last week or so put together to do this next year. And that's exciting to me. That's on my mind for a project that you'll see. But I'm not going to say what it is because I heard that like you shouldn't necessarily say what you're going to do to everyone yet. Like there was a couple people I had to tell because they were people that I hired. But besides that, that's it. So
I tell you what though, there was one picture of you that you sent me, right?
Mm-hmm.
That I looked for inspiration to. It was there was a picture where you was posing like a warrior queen or something like that.
Oh yeah, is that I have my Native American makeup?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you should be inspired every day. Inspiration is so valuable, more valuable than gold. Hold it and try to value inspiration as you should. Yeah.
Yeah, I look for like
It's the magic. It's the juice. Yeah. Would you mind if I peed really quick? I'm gonna make a coffee. I'll be really quick, okay? You can time me.
Okay.
But I'll be right back. Okay.
Sure.
So I've been on over an hour and I did drink coffee. So. Let me shimmer, shimmer. Shimmer, shimmer. I'm back. Hopefully it wasn't too long. Are you still there? Did I lose you?
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Daryl's like, you couldn't hold it for a couple of hours? Like, I drive in the truck every day.
Actually, surprised with a super chat, but the process takes so long.
Oh, yes. Thank you. You've been so nice with the super chats because it's helped me to where they sent me to confirm my address, which means that starts the process of maybe I could get paid because you have to make, I guess, $100 to get paid, which I would not have been able to do without you with the super chat. So that I'll have to see if that works, but maybe I'll let you know. It's another thing I was going to say is to get your goals done, find ways to like celebrate, because like they say it's like dopamine, a reward. You got to find ways to like let yourself feel that chemical reward. So rewarding yourself like mentally for completing like a drawing or an idea or a minute of it or whatever it is for you. And I think that helps to like that's the fuel that keeps the engine turning, is like the secret sauce is the mentally rewarding yourself, like even like being that cheerleader of like, good job, Jerry. So I gotta tell myself like, okay, reward yourself mentally for the, and it's just a little cheer session in your head. It's just a little, but it helps to be like, enjoy this moment. Okay, this is a step, and
Yeah.
So hopefully next year we can incorporate that more too. But what did you think of this year? Like, what are your end of the year thoughts? Like, I tried to talk a little bit with Arthur about the year. It was a year of exposure, you know, that with the truth coming out. But I'm trying to think of it because when I think of this year, like, you know what they've been doing this like end of year, like I don't think it's like a TikTok thing, which I guess is that another thing of this next year. I guess they're gonna ban that TikTok that I never join and never will, especially if they get banned. But anyway, they have this little compilation thing of like really stupid stuff, like some woman saying she's demureful or something, and it's like, really? Like that's the biggest thing that happened this year? Okay.
TikTok made me think of just that when it first started, it just looked, it was weird. I don't know. It was like
musically,
people entertaining each other on a split screen or something.
Yeah.
And
split screen.
Never. It never interested me or anything. It just like
a lot of like. Okay, let me think. This year, I don't know. What do you guys think? Everyone does them now. The end of year wrap ups from Spotify. Oh, Spotify. Yeah, I don't have Spotify. I would say Biden, like dropping out and having like Kamala have to come in like last minute. I would say that one is probably a big thing that happened. Like looking back, it'll be like, oh yeah, that's kind of a big deal. But it just seems like because elections drone on for so long in this country that it's hard to think of each election year as like a big deal, because then you'd be like every year. So it's like whatever, you know. But again, I guess I'll have a new president next year and whatever happens then. But what else this year? 2024. War raging on.
Yeah.
In the world. I think about Fila getting arrested. feel like needing her surgery, feel almost dying if their artery got severed. Think about, yeah, but hopefully ending the year better. I don't know. I guess it's like in the book where it says, it's hard to make statements about things until years out, like when something ended or whatever, like a generation or whatever.
My body going through changes.
Oh yeah, your knee. Yeah,
and that
the pain.
That person I used to be.
You seem the same to me. Your same sweet self.
Well, physically, I'm like, since I hit that mid-age.
Yeah, you're feeling it.
Yeah.
Like, they say that it happens like quickly at a certain point, and then there are other points before then that, like, there's this dermatologist that says she has, I don't know if it's just women because she gets like women patients, but she said that women will come in at around 30, like late 20s. Like, it'll be like 20, it could be like 20, 29, 30. But she says they'll say it happened like overnight. Overnight, their face just changed. Like, it just looked different. And that's when like they go to them. Like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to really, I don't know. I wouldn't be able to really know necessarily because I'll tell you what. Through most of the day, I don't look in the mirror. I don't know about you. I don't know about you guys. Like, how much you look in the mirror throughout the day. But I'll have like cotton pads, glycolic acids or things, and I'll try to cleanse my skin because I'll touch my face and stuff a lot. So I'll try to cleanse, but it doesn't involve really looking at it because I know where like my features are, like eyes. And then like if I'm doing my makeup, I'll look at myself. Cleansing off like in the shower, not looking. Well, actually, I do have a mirror in my bathroom.
Well, I got a beard, so I gotta constantly look in the mirror. Yeah.
But do you think you could tell a difference? Like tomorrow, if you look different, that you would really be able to tell? Because I think between hormones and like sadness, crying, allergies, seasonal time, that you can expect to look different each day. That you can expect to look a little different, month to month, week to week, day to day. That how would somebody really notice and be like, oh, that's different? Like, has ever been a time in your life where you were able to look at yourself and say, like, yes, I look like different? I don't know. I mean, just before the show, because I put a mirror in my living room that wasn't there before, like, yesterday afternoon. I was in a robe. I was coming with the coffee to do my makeup. And I opened my robe in front of the mirror, and I was just, like, naked except the robe. And I was like, better than ever. But anyway, which you should be saying every day too, because guys look better every year and beards are hot as hell, right? But I think as far as changes, there are times that I can't see as well, and I wonder like, oh, am I at a point where I should get sexy glasses? Am I at a point like it's like when you get your license done and it's like, like, and it's like you pass, like, all right.
License?
What? Oh yeah, you're doing your license. Because you have to do your eyesight check. What I mean is, and then, so I'll be struggling one day, like, and then the next day, fine, Claire Isabel. So I'm like, I don't know. I guess I don't know. I always say that getting older, it's like a game. It's there's fun in it, the survival in beating it, in sort of like, yeah, take that in time, take that in nature. I'm still here.
You just reminded me. I'm up for renewal
Oh yeah, I think me too next year. Yeah.
next year. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like you take what they throw at you. It's like, come on, bring it on. Bring it on, time. But I think pain, you want to go to the doctor, you want to address that because you want to try to live a life with less suffering. You want to try to live, if they say like life can be better, you want to try to have it better. So besides that, you really feel it's that much different than last year?
Where does that go?
You're blind? Yes, I'm blind. I can't even see that you spelled "you're" wrong. I can't even see that you wrote "you are." I can't even see that. It's like crazy how blind that I am. I don't even read to you every single night from small print pages. No, I've actually have very good eyesight, but I'm saying I can spend hours and hours and hours and hours crying where my eyes can get cloudy, and then I'll question like, oh, I wonder if I'll have trouble seeing now. And I can accept it if that's what it is. But no, it's still, I have very good eyesight, but if I ever don't, it's not a big deal. Anyway.
I don't have good eyesight, but
well, but you know what? Glasses.
It's not too bad though.
Glasses and like vision and technology has improved, so you'll be fine. It's not like, I think even like in the 50s and 60s, like you couldn't even be in the FBI if you needed glasses. Now you don't have to worry about that. Now it's like, you know what I mean? We live in an era that it's really not a big deal.
I just needed to look far further from where, when I be driving, where I'm driving, where I'm going.
So are kind of your hopes for next year is like, get through it? That's been mine. And I give myself credit. This last few years, I'm like, I survived. I survived today, I think that's important to give yourself credit for that, because it's not so easy, especially with the limitations we have. Some of us.
I need prayer to get because I need a new doctor, because my last doctor left.
Your last doctor? Well, they do that sometimes, especially like this time of year. They switch it up. But it's good. It's a good opportunity to try to get a better doctor.
Yeah, I get a little excuse me. I get a little nervous when get a little nervous looking for a new doctor. I'm just, this year my goal is to be out there more, to get the stuff I need.
I'll watch videos sometimes like about hoarding. People that are hoarders or that, advice for that, like mental process of clearing through your hoarding, and those making those decisions. And people will mention like this like older woman that was talking about getting rid of like a lot of her things, and mentions halfway through about after having cancer a few years ago, how her hair from the chemo like has like grown back, and so like getting rid of certain hair products, and it's just like amazes me. Like you're watching this woman who's older and talking about getting rid of products, and then you find out they had cancer, and I guess it's inspiring in a way to show you what you can get through, how it becomes something in the past that happened to them, and they're better for it. They've learned from it. They're experienced this, and I think it's good to bear in mind, like when you say like you have this fear of like going to the doctor and what could happen and what's health things on the horizon, how people have been through it, they got through it, they get through it, and how you can survive it. I used to tell myself I would never survive losing my mom because I was so attached as a baby. I had nothing else. And it was just like all like the moving and everything. And then, you know, obviously I was thrown out at 18, but in my mind, I would still cry for my mom, even though my mom threw me out. And before then, she didn't want anything to do with me. That mental attachment was just so strong of like, my mom. Even now, like I'll say, I'll get out of the shower and my hair and I say out loud, I want my mom back. And I hopefully like that will get better. I'll just, you know, talk to her, like Cher would talk to the picture of her mom on the wall and say, straight A's, mom. I'll just say like, I got my, I made partner, mom, you know. But anyway, I did survive it. Okay. It happened last year. I'm still here. And you can get sick. We can get sick and we can survive it. We are stronger than we realize, than by a lot.
Yes, I try to keep that in mind. That we are stronger than we realize.
So don't worry so much with the doctor, but give yourself credit for going. Yeah. Do you want to play a game?
Oh yes. Let's do it.
The mind trap, I'll have to think of it. These trivia ones I wanted for John, but I don't think John was gonna call tonight because he wrote me have a good call-in show earlier, but he's been busy lately. Let me see if he wrote me. Anyway, well, I'll still save those for John. These ones are still the 80s. Cannot pronounce some of these names. What film challenged Uma Thurman to play the virginal bride-to-be Cecile, or is it Cecile de Valanges? Yeah, he wrote me. I am all caught up on the Share book, all set for Sunday. Yeah. And he got sent a picture of a video of Share. Let's see. John, are you there? Okay. Dangerous Liaisons. I've never seen it. But I heard that Cruel...
when you said the bride, I was thinking of Kill Bill.
Never once did I come home and get straight A's, Mama. It's just a scene where she has a picture of her mom. I'm here just about to turn in. Do you want to call? Can I talk to John real quick, Jerry, and you can call back?
You okay?
Okay. I'm calling. Because I haven't talked to you in so long. You have to do at least one question. Thank you, Musfa. I'm not wearing shoes right now. John, answer the phone. Don't be a coward. I'm looking at you.
Forwarded to an automatic voice message system 201.
How dare you? Okay, hold on. I'm going to play with this shoe for... It's really him. John, don't be a bastard. Oh, here, there he is. Hello. I know you're tired, but I missed you so much. It's been weeks.
It's been a little while. Yes.
You've been so busy lately. Is it with your house renovation?
Part of it's that. Part of it's trying to clean up so they could start. Yeah, it's been a little hectic.
Join the club.
I think there's been a few times when I was getting up before you were going to bed.
Oh yeah, like it's been nuts, but at least it's like when your body is so exhausted and your mind like you just need to sleep. So I thought I would just tell myself, it sucks because I didn't get to like to the grocery store enough, and I like today. If I would have woke up earlier, I would have loved to have gone to the grocery store. But after a certain point, I feel like they don't have any like good food left. So I'm like, they don't have any deals left. So, but I prefer to be up during the daytime, but more important is getting enough sleep. Have you been getting enough sleep at least?
I get about that. If I get between like 6 and 7 hours, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
If I get 4 or 5, I'm still not too bad.
So I wanted to say thank you again for the share book. This is like, I'm just like, for some reason, once I started reading it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's Cher. I finally she wrote this book, and I was just so thankful. And it is, a Christmas time. It couldn't be a better gift than to read the book that I wanted to for you. The last book, I was kind of disappointed with the vague predictions that I thought were mostly wrong anyway. But
I think most of them have to be like that in order to make sense to people. But if you're very specific, chances are you're going to be wrong.
Yeah, I guess. So, do you want to predict next year what's going to happen? Do you want to predict?
No.
Specifically,
No,
like.
No, I'm not. No, that is all.
So.
I have no idea what's going on.
So are you?
It's just to make it through the year.
Are you busy tomorrow?
No, actually, tomorrow is a day of rest.
Are you going to be at date nights?
I will be there this week.
This week, yeah. Oh, you're saying next week, family.
Next week, yeah, I'm gonna be away.
Holiday.
Saturday, maybe Friday and Sunday. I'm not sure, but definitely Saturday.
It's that time of the year.
Yeah, it is. Actually, Christmas Eve I won't be home either.
Christmas Eve, is that Tuesday?
Tuesday, yes.
Mm-hmm. But that's good to have things to do. I'll be here, but I think, but I don't know. It's good for you because that way you don't have to like cook for yourself. And did I say thank you, Jerry? No, what are they saying? Not for 50 cents. 98 cents. Oh, is that? I don't know what ARS is. But what? You guys are right. I know, because someone gave me a super chat too for, I guess, 98 cents to play with the shoe. I don't know. Do you play with your shoes?
I play my socks.
Puppets? I hear that there are things called sock curls where you take like a long sock and you put, although I have too much hair, I get they could just use this one little sock and maybe even if it was wet, anyway. But I think and you make it look like a billy goat or something, or like with your socks. I guess you could do that with your beard, right? Like a sock curl in your beard.
Actually, my beard is cut kind of short. It's not the Santa Claus beard anymore.
Well, that's good because you don't want to get your Christmas cranberries in it or whatever. Is that what you eat on? I just think of you like hot wings.
Yeah.
You like lamb. You like burgers. You like guy stuff.
Not too much I don't like.
Well, what did you have tonight?
Tonight,
The memory is going. You can't remember an hour ago.
no, it's tonight I went light. I just had a bowl of soup, some crackers.
A bowl of soup. Soup is good.
Yeah.
It's a good time of year for soup.
Sure is.
Because it gets so cold.
I don't know how it's out by you. Probably what, in the 80s?
You know what? Well, during the day, but then also like I put the heat on now, like at night to help me sleep. And then because I was asleep all day, I wake up and then it's like really warm. But I do need it at night. It does get too cold.
I know the desert gets cold at night.
Yeah, and I don't have my heated blanket anymore.
Yes.
But I do have Rex to cuddle up into warmth too. When he,
Nothing like a dog to keep you warm.
yeah, he's a cuddler. Okay, let me see. Do you remember the 80s?
Somewhat.
I'll just do a couple questions for you for the 80s, but I mainly just wanted to hear your voice and know that you're still there, and then you still like me. You didn't forget about me. What statesman did Time magazine crown Man of the Decade in 1989? The decade.
Yeah, the decade. 89. I haven't the slightest idea.
Mikhail Gorbachev.
Mikhail Gorbachev?
How are you the man of the decade? And people are like, huh? Who? Actually, didn't Time give Hitler the man of the year one year?
Twice.
Is Time magazine still in print?
Yeah, they just gave that honor to Trump.
Or is it Life magazine that's out of print?
Man of the year doesn't necessarily mean
Good. Yeah, but the man of a decade.
The influence, he was a big influence on basically the world.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously, you can't deny Hitler was a big influence.
Whatever. I guess you could say Putin then, right? Man of the decade. But let's see. Like, I don't want to give you sports ones because I don't know how much sports you follow. Like, I don't know, basketball, like Arthur.
Basketball, no.
I know you like your football.
Basically.
What 1986 hit opened with the monologue? The key to faking out the parents is the clammy hands. It's a good, non-specific symptom. I love this movie, and not only do I love this movie, I want to get the poster. I thought about adding it to my wish list, but I don't know if it's shipped by Amazon. It's only like $10 or $13. Like, but the poster is so cool. Do you have any old movie posters on your walls?
No, not really.
I'm gonna show you the movie poster, and then you're gonna know what movie it is. No, uh-oh. Because they release usually like a couple movie posters. Whenever I'm in the here's one for $7, but the wide bigger one. There you go. Yeah, 36. There we go. Isn't that cool? I love that. I love that outfit too. Like, I swear I have a vest like that.
Ferris Bueller say all.
Yeah. I like how it says leisure rules. There's another one with the Ferrari. But I like that one. But I like that one just like why leisure rules. Like, yes, it does. Where were you in the 80s? What were you doing? Well, you were working. So.
Yeah, basically I worked for about how long?
What recluse credited his therapist, Eugene Landy, as co-author of several tunes on a 1988 solo album?
No idea.
Brian Wilson.
Oh, really?
Like his therapist wrote music? Like what? That's your therapist doing like a brainwashing hypnosis. It's like, and you will give me credit so that I will get royalties and money. Like, I don't trust this therapist. What's he doing now? He retired, probably off the money from the album. Ooh, do you know about national parks? Have you been to a national park?
I've been to a national park. Actually, no, I have not.
Okay, look at the screen, because the question, you have to look at the screen. And it says, what national park is located here? Now let me show you the picture. You see that? Take a good.
Top of California.
Yep, top of California.
Something to do with redwoods, probably.
Boom! You got it.
Okay.
Are you gonna go there someday?
Probably not.
No, really not. Me neither. It's too cold up there.
Besides, what's that, about 500 miles from where you are?
Yeah, it's like, it might be the same state, but it's not. Okay. How about this one? This is the state I was born. I think.
National Park. No, Mount McKinley is there, although it's not called Mount McKinley anymore. So I would think it has something to do with Mount McKinley.
I'm gonna give it to you because it's Denali,
Denali.
which was McKinley. Yeah, it's the only park that's home to a working sled dog kennel. Okay, so you know geography. Oh, what's this one? Are there any national parks in New Jersey? Let's see.
I don't know. We have state parks, but I don't think any of them are national. Unless you count that small part of the Appalachian Trail that cuts through.
What was this one? You ever been to Colorado?
Oh, right.
Or wait, is that Colorado? Maybe.
Yeah, that's Colorado. It's not the Four Corners. So that would be over a little bit. No, I have no idea what that means.
Yeah, I've never heard of this. Medano Creek at Great Sand Dunes National Park is one of the few places where you can witness a surge flow, a stream that flows in continuous rhythmic waves over the sand. You know where you can see my surge flow tomorrow. Colorado's known for like what, mountains?
Colorado?
Yeah. We got mountains here. You got Utah. Wait, what is this? Oh, wait, no. That was like the... Which state has no national parks, but is home to the St. Gaudens National Historic Site and a part of the Appalachian Trail? New Hampshire.
New Hampshire? Okay.
I think. Wait. It says Denali National Park and Preserve encompasses a large amount of land. Oh, wait. Wait, what? Wait, what? Maybe not? Why does it say? It says larger than the entire state of New Hampshire. Huh?
A national park could be in more than one state.
This question doesn't make any sense. All I've done is confuse you, and I feel horrible. Fuck national park. I was hoping to get one about Joshua Tree because that's where I want to go. All right, here we go.
That looks interesting. Those trees are kind of unique.
Well, the trees. I think it's because they're like very old.
They are.
Wait,
Yes.
what kind
The oldest tree.
of a question is this about parks? We'll have to continue next time, but I'm gonna leave you with this question, okay?
Sure. Which president?
Yeah.
Hoover.
President Woodrow Wilson signed the Organic Act, which established the National Park Service as we know it today. Oh my God. Says A because it's the answer, right? Because the answer this is a bonus. So where was this? I have no idea. This one I have no idea. But anyway, this says answer because it says what year was the Organic Act signed? 1916. How would anyone know that? Like
Woodrow Wilson was around in World War I. That was 1918, 1919. So, yeah, 1960 sort of makes sense.
What year was the Organic Act signed? Okay, so today is what? Today's the 20th?
Yes. Actually, here it's the 21st, but that's besides the point.
Yeah, up late with me. So 20. So I should just expect to see you for like none of next week.
I was really wanting to get caught up on the reading because
Yeah.
I didn't want to be behind starting next week because I could lose 2-3 nights easy.
Yeah.
And I'd be really behind.
Well, you'll have a lot to catch up on when you get back, but I'm trying not to get banned, so.
Oh, yes. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, and you can listen to my share reading from someday. It'll only be a few days, but have fun. Enjoy the holiday. Enjoy the. Did you get any snow yet?
No snow.
Okay, well maybe you'll get some this year. And you can enjoy your first snowman of the year. Snow angels. And but check in with me when you can, because I do like to see you every day and you say good morning. Yeah, I try to say good morning until lately when I wake up at 5 o'clock at night and it's like I'm up. I'm not dead. I just slept through the day, but I'm here. I'm gonna go on, But yes, just check in with me. But I'll be thinking of you. Thank you so much for calling. You made my night. I love you. Mwah. That was so sweet. Okay, let's get Jerry back for a little while. I'd be in Michigan and you had snow. Well, here you go. Hello.
Hey, Chris.
Thank you for doing that. He goes to bed earlier than us. Yes, John's away next week. Balls, I guess. None of you knew what Woodrow Wilson looked like. Well, those old-timey photos, they all look the same, I suppose. Because they have that big flash, so. Anyway. National parks. And you know what's funny? This Organic Act of 1918, this National Parks game, is like for, what does it say? Ages, it says 10 plus. What 10-year-old would know that? And 2, can you be my mom? Can you be like 10 years old and knows that? My gosh. Okay. I'll give you.
Probably what schools teaching. I'm not gonna remember much about national parks.
Yeah. But they say like we have a lot of them in this country, like compared to other countries, I guess. And it's good because it does protect the land from just being bought up and then you don't have any parks. And where do you go? And apparently a lot of people come from other countries and visit our national parks.
But yeah, that's one thing. As you know, you bringing that up, I would like to look into these national parks.
In Virginia, I bet they have, or nearby.
Yeah, that's what's on my mind right now. Man. Like, what is it? Because I haven't been to one since, but like maybe since I was a kid.
What science fiction remake gave Gina Davis the oft-repeated line, "Be afraid, be very afraid"?
The Fly.
The Fly! I haven't seen that in so long.
Yeah.
But didn't Jeff Goldblum want to be the Fly, right? He wanted to be a fly. Because, like, why would you want that?
I think he wanted something from maybe he wanted something from the Fly, or he wanted something, and the Fly might have gotten in there by accident. But if he did want something from the Fly, I think it was having 10 times of lifting weights or something. He wanted to be stronger.
Let that be a lesson. Don't conduct scientific experiments on yourself.
Yeah, it could backfire. Not everything is for everyone.
What dynasty star, notorious for wanton ways, was dubbed the British Open? The British Open? Well, you guys, y'all have a new British Open. Sorry.
Man, I was a kid. The only thing I remember about Dynasty is that theme song from the beginning.
I'm sorry. Look at my dress. I am totally Dynasty. Well, I think my hair should be teased.
That's true. Yeah.
Teased up the hair. Joan Collins. Isn't she a book author? Are all British people named Collins? Like, what about Lily Collins? Phil Collins? You guys like names and you stick to it.
I think there was a singer in the 80s named Joan Collins.
What Michael Jackson song observed? No one wants to be defeated.
Beat It.
Beat it! Who played Ralph Furley on Three's Company?
Don Knotts.
Don Knotts. What character did Bartertown's auntie entity refer to as Raggedy Man? Who would know this? Raggedy Man.
Repeat that one more time.
Sure. What character did Bartertown's auntie entity refer to as a Raggedy Man? Mad Max.
Mad Max?
Yeah, What metal band spiced their Slip of the Tongue album with the raunchy classics Cheap and Nasty and Kittens Got Claws? I feel like Terry would know this. Terry likes this band.
Yeah, I don't know every band.
White Snake. I thought you told me you liked that band.
I remember that band, but I just don't remember everything they did.
What new name did comedic rappers the Disco 3 adopt to honor their combined 750-pound weight?
Bad Boys.
The Fat Boys! Oh my god. That should be my next name. My new name. That should be when I make an Instagram page finally. That should be my name.
Bad Boys?
Yeah. Yeah, it's probably taken. I bet it's taken. What future governor defeated former Governor Jerry Brown in California's 1982 U.S. Senate race? This seems like a tough one.
82.
You got to know some California history there, huh? Pete Wilson.
Wilson. What was that again?
It was what future governor
Wilson?
defeated former Governor Jerry Brown in California's 1982 U.S. Senate race?
I think in 82, I was just learning how to talk.
No excuse. Whitesnake, isn't it? Here we go again on my own.
Okay, I remember that one.
Because Terry's like, one song. What Lionel Richie number 1 kept asking, is it me you're looking for?
Hello?
Hello. Can you sing some of it?
Only thing I can remember is hello? Is it me you're looking for?
Yeah,
That's all I can remember.
but what is your favorite Lionel Richie song?
I don't remember much, but I remember a little bit of Dancing on the Ceiling. I remember Say You, Say Me. I just don't remember much of the words.
Did he sing the song Night Train?
Is that the
It's gonna be a long night. Gonna be right? Because wasn't he in a band before he went solo?
He was in the Commodores.
Who ended a 1987 Who ended a 1987 bestseller with the warning, I also plan to keep making deals, big deals, and right around the clock? Yes.
I was about to say Donald Trump.
God, he's been around so long. Like in the last book, from the 90s and this from the 80s. What Fox series gave Jessica Hahn a cameo as the lead character's shoe groupie? Shoe groupie? What is that? Is that y'all? Okay, but what show? I feel like Jerk Nation, he would know the show. Alf, no.
It was an 80s show.
80s. 80s, yep.
Heart to Heart? No.
Nope.
One Day at a Time?
No. Begins with an M. Yup. Married with Children. You got it. You got it.
Man. That was like late 80s. Yeah, okay.
You were close. You were close.
I ain't know nothing about shoe groupies. I remember a shoe salesman.
What rock star was being treated for alcoholism in Minneapolis when his 1987 Michelob ad first aired? Ooh. That's not a good endorsement. That is not a good endorsement.
Me.
Stay away from the sauce. Stay on the wagon.
It was.
You know what's it's a sad remark about the industry when it could be like anyone. Okay, let's see. What rocker would be a drinker? Eric Clapton.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was thinking of somebody else, but yeah, okay.
You still see a lot of alcohol ads. I do every time on the apps, the Hulu, the wherever. I'll see a lot of what's the one that has like a pirate?
Sam Adams?
No, not that, but that too.
What's the one?
Then there's just Captain Morgan, yeah.
Captain Morgan.
He's but yeah, there's a lot of money in that, I guess, so they put out a lot of ads.
There was something in one drink that I couldn't take. Cause I was like drinking a lot of it then.
Oh, I know somebody that would know this. What bleached blonde first cracked the top 10 in 1984 with Eyes Without a Face? Like, I don't think he's watching right now because he goes to sleep earlier. But if he's watching this later, then you would.
Without a face. It's not Madonna, right?
Nope.
Thinking all the beach blondes that was in the 80s. I'm picturing one right now, and I can't think of the
Billy
name.
Idol. Billy Idol.
Wait a minute, it was I'm thinking of
Listen to this one. Who was wed to Kentucky Fried Chicken co-founder John Y. Brown when she hatched the retail brand Chicken by George? I never even heard of that. I thought the question was that she like cheated on him with a Chicken by George guy. This is Phyllis George. Or maybe she kind of did. Like maybe she was two-timing his chicken with her own chicken. She was like underhanded chicken sales. I never heard of her, but I heard of KFC. Who can afford KFC nowadays? Last time I had KFC was like over a year ago. And bought like an 8-piece. You can't even afford the biscuits no more. And don't even talk about Popeyes. You get like one little leg or like in a little box. And it's like I'm still hungry, so what's that?
Share.
Damn, you eat an 8-piece? No, every time that I want chicken, I go and I say, I'm going to buy 1 piece and then come home and eat it. And then if I'm still hungry, I buy another piece. And if I'm like, oh, but what about for dinner later? And then so I buy another 1 piece. And then I think, oh, but what about tomorrow morning or for like, so that way, if you buy less pieces at once, you can spend the most money. It's like, I wish in the grocery stores, they let you buy just one individual slice of bread for like a couple dollars as opposed to a whole loaf. Because it's like, you don't eat the loaf at once, so why buy the loaf at once? You know what I mean? Why not buy one slice every time? Genius.
I remember when Popeyes ran out of chicken.
Yeah, you buy the 8 piece because then you can have it later. You can have it the next day. Maybe I'm just too cheap, but like I stretch it out.
Yeah.
You're not the first person to pick on me for eating the wrong things, but it is very expensive anyway. What 1984 Ron Howard movie is credited with popularizing Madison as a first name for girls? Yeah, Madison's a popular name for girls.
Madison.
Was it 1984?
What was it?
Ron Howard.
Mannequin? No.
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 Mannequin's such a good movie. I love the soundtrack.
Splash.
Is that the one where there was like a mermaid?
Yeah.
I would love to play a mermaid. Slut, horror mermaid. What Brooke Shields' teen angst movie was notable primarily for very early screen appearances by Jamie Gertz, James Spader, and Tom Cruise? I have angst. I have adult angst. My dogs probably have angst right now. Like, feed me dinner. I don't even know that many Brooke Shields movies. I mean, I know she's like super famous.
Oh.
More of like.
No, I don't know.
Endless Love.
There was one controversial film. A Few Good Men? What?
She ain't a few good men.
Blue Lagoon?
But all right, let me get you one more, and then I'll let you go. I'll let you guys sleep. I'll be up feeding my dogs, but
tomorrow's my day off, so I'll be up.
Yeah.
Maybe we could catch a movie.
Well, let me see if I find something. What TV drama inspired Turkey's Grand National Assembly to adjourn early so legislatures could hurry home to watch its 1980 season opener? That is so funny. This is like now. This is why they recorded late. If I did like TiVo and stuff.
Okay, say that one more time.
What TV drama inspired Turkey's Grand National Assembly to adjourn early so legislatures could hurry home to watch its 1980 season opener? Could you imagine you're like in the car and you want to make it home to see a show and you can't be late because then it's like you can't rewind it. And then somebody's like, like pulls out in front of you and now you're stuck and you're like, God, I'm going to miss Dallas.
Oh, is that it? Dallas?
Dallas, yeah. Didn't they remake that a few years ago, Dallas?
What's that?
Didn't they do a remake?
Yeah, they did, and JR,
yes, they did.
The guy who played JR, I think he was there for one more. I don't know if it was just one show he did before he passed on.
Mm. You know what I love? Like, I love getting into like a fandom, a show, you know what I mean? I feel like how people like, what was the last show you guys like watched, or maybe you have now still, where just like the joy of it, you just enjoyed like being like a fan in the world of like, there were so many shows like that growing up, and then I feel like they used to have the must see TV, Sex in the City, Sopranos, yeah, those like HBO shows. But anyway, like the idea of like following, like, oh, did you see like Dallas? Did you see what like the cultural monoculture? That'd be like fun. VPD? Is that like one of those Vanderpump shows, like a Bravo show? Those are fun. Those you can follow, but they replace the cast sometimes. But that's part of the fun, I guess. My show, aw, every night, except for like the first 2 weeks of this month when I had an MTB. Jesse Metcalf. But you know what it is? The problem is it killed itself because they would cancel shows and you didn't want to be heartbroken for it being over. So now a lot of times people will wait till it's over and then watch, because there was like a lot of shows like on Netflix that never got a second season or like a wrap up. And people were like, I regret watching this because I feel like it's
like
unfinished. It feels incomplete, have you seen Squid Games? I hear that the season 2 is supposed to be good, but I never seen season 1, and now I'm wondering, could I just watch season 2, or do I have to see season 1?
No, I haven't seen Squid Game, but yeah, I've heard about it.
But it just feels like, because I know how it ends, because it was everywhere how it ends, so it doesn't feel worth watching to know how it ends. To have to watch all the episodes to already know, because it was spoiled like right away. Anyway, because so many people seen it, so. Yeah.
So it's like,
I'm heartbroken over Firefly. Well, all I know about Firefly, it was on for like a few seasons because it had the guy from Castle, which I loved, the show, but which seems like so little time for something that was so well like remembered and popular and considered so iconic. And it was on for such a short period of time. There's a new show coming out that I saw ads for on YouTube called, I think it's called Doc, that I think actually looks good. It's like a mystery. Only 12 episodes, yeah. Oh, 1 season. Wow, I was even less than. Squid isn't nothing big. Yeah, but if season 2 is supposed to be good, that's all I was wondering is like, well, should I watch? Maybe not. Flintstones. Flintstones? Was that canceled in like 1963? I kind of liked like when I saw Wicked and like all like the Wicked, like the dolls and all like the like fuss around it. I kind of like being part of that and having seen it. And it reminded me of that feeling of like when you like enjoy being a fan and then knowing that there's another one coming, But there'll be other, you know what? I'm really excited that it's starting to be the like award seasons, because I'll tell myself usually like, who cares? But actually I think like I want to say this movie called, is it Anora? And there's just like interesting, seemingly like good, like last year was like, I think it was what was the one with Emma Stone? Pretty Things? Something Things. Anyway. it wasn't as like, but like this year, there's like so many intriguing movies that I haven't seen yet that are coming now because of the award season. So they're even like limited release. Although there's this one called Amelia Perez, which has been on Netflix, which apparently got like a lot of Golden Globe nominations for some reason. I haven't seen it, but that one's been out. But a lot of them haven't been out very long. And I'm interested to see the stars coming out and the red carpets. And I don't know, I kind of enjoying the fact that I'm enjoying looking forward to that. And so that'll be fun in the next couple months. January, early February. I'll be talking about that. And if I see any of the ones I haven't seen yet that are nominated. But Nora was one. I know that The Substance got some nominations. I want to see that too. That seems like a good one, but we'll see when it comes on one of the apps that I have.
I'm gonna see if there's like a trailer lineup for 2025.
2025. Well,
or 24, just if I missed anything.
I can't even think right now. That's because I know that there's some big ones supposed to be coming for 2025, but right now my brain is like
the Superman movie.
Superman.
And there's a zombie movie coming out.
Zombies, really?
28 days or something like that.
Yeah. Let's just think good things for next year. Anyway, in the meantime, I know what you should be watching tomorrow, which is my show on OF. Because I've been away.
Definitely.
Thank you so much for calling me back. I love you.
Love you too, and I miss you.
Mwah. Well, I'm back here, baby. All right, so you know where I'll be Saturday, and then back here reading more from it to share Sunday. You get your rest. I'll probably be up a while. I was having some coffees and my sleep's out of whack. But stay warm and cozy. Love you.